Alright, so as you already know, Sonic X Generations is out now, and it came out to almost rave reviews sitting at an 80 on Metacritic. And don't worry, I checked recently, it's still on 80, we're still there, we're still in the clear, okay? But nonetheless, there has still been some critiques of the game, especially on the Sonic Generations front, with some people saying the changes that were made were not of the better variety, with a lot of that focusing on the story changes. As you don't know, if you don't already know by now, they've rewritten a lot of the story, you know, a lot of the dialogue, and re-recorded a lot of the dialogue, and there's been some debates on it. So we're going to be taking a look at that. So we're going to get to all this right now. But subscribe to the channel already. Please make sure to subscribe, alright? When you go on Twitter to shamelessly defend Sonic the Hedgehog, you want to be protected, right? Well, what if I told you there's a higher level of protection? A higher level that you need while using the internet. And Surfshark VPN, today's video sponsor, has got you covered. Now you might be thinking, well, what is a VPN? Virtual Private Network keeps you safe and private by covering up everything you do online like a mask, preventing prying eyes from snooping on your activity. You can change your virtual location, which allows you to connect to different countries, which is especially useful for streaming platforms which lock certain content behind certain countries. It's also amazing for security because it allows you to stay safe on public Wi-Fi, which will really come in handy if you're using some cafe or other public building and you want to connect to the internet. It even comes with a kill switch, which allows you to save your data from accidental exposure by automatically disconnecting you from the internet whenever your VPN connection drops. So make sure to go to surfshark.com/premydaremy to get protected with an extra 4 months of Surfshark. And of course, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so it's literally at no risk to you. So, what am I talking about now? People have been going on about this, it's been getting thousands of likes, people have been tweeting and making videos on it. I saw this tweet here, I'm not gonna read all of this, I'm not reading this, okay? But I saw this comparison shot here, and I just found it very interesting that they wanted to change that. And then there was the line about Sonic gaining weight, and then Classic Sonic like looks at his belly or something, and now it's like, where's the rest of my island? So yeah, they changed Amy's bio. Here it says a young, cheerful girl hedgehog. Amy can be a bit obsessed about chasing Sonic. She even claims to be his girlfriend. She's an energetic go-getter who lets nothing get in her way. And then now it's a cheerful girl who loves to help others. Sonic inspired us to be her best. She's an energetic go-getter with the help of her Pico Hammer and fortune cards. Nothing gets in her way. So we're just gonna go through every single change. There's a video here that compiles every cutscene and shows the differences, because I figured I was gonna play the game and just see the new cutscenes, but then I thought to myself, well, I don't remember all the cutscenes perfectly. I wouldn't even notice all the changes because I'm a casual when it comes to the story of Generations. I mean, I've been in multiple times, but like, let's face it, when I boot up Gens, I play the levels, okay? It's not like a game like I really love the story where I deeply care so much about it that I know the story like the back of my hand, right? So for me to really notice the differences, I gotta react to everything. So we're gonna sit through and react to everything, and then I can see the original version, the remake, and which cutscenes I prefer overall and which cutscenes I prefer individually, and just see if the changes were worth it. If you want my personal opinion, I don't like this kind of thing. I'm not against them changing Amy's personality or modernizing it in general, but I don't like the idea of rewriting history. That really severely bothers me because you're recreating an old game. This is not a new game where Amy is, you know, not obsessed with Sonic. This is an old game, right? So to me, it's almost like taking us for fools in the sense that like you're trying to pretend it wasn't like that when it was like that, right? It's almost like, you know, those old sitcoms that they put on streaming services. It would be like taking an old show like The Simpsons or Friends or whatever and like editing jokes and like redubbing jokes because, oh, they said that in 1997 and you can't say that today. It's like, if you're making a new show, fine, and don't say shit like that. But that happened in 1997, and that was a joke they told, and that was a joke that people laughed at, and you can't just pretend it wasn't like that just to modernize it, right? I think that's not... I think historical accuracy is an important thing, and I think a remake should at least attempt to be pure to the thing that it's remaking, as opposed to just, let's pretend it's completely new and it didn't have, you know, certain oddities from its era, right? So, like, if you're remaking Heroes, a game I actually care more about when it comes to the story, even though it's not the greatest story in the world. Like, when Team Rose battles Team Sonic, Amy's really trying to whoop Sonic into marriage. It's stupid, it's funny. You know, it's stupid, but it's funny. And I don't think that replacing that in a Heroes remake or a potential Heroes remake to make it like, oh, let's find a different reason for them to be fine, I don't think that's necessary when it was just fine the way it was, and that's how it was in the original, right? A remake should focus on improving like the visuals and quality of life updates, I feel like. But nonetheless, we're gonna go through the cutscenes and see. There might be a few things I prefer in terms of the new dialogue and things I don't prefer. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to go through this and compare, and that way I can skip the cutscenes when I actually play Sonic X Generations for the Generations portion, because I still haven't beat the Generations portion yet. Let's get into this. So this is the OG version. Man, the graphics. The pixels. Must have been recorded off of a PS3 or something. Alright. Time meter. That time meter theme really be giving off Prince of Persia vibes. Like, every time I hear that song.
He'll be here any second.
Hey guys, what's going on? You having a party or something? Surprise! Aw, you guys.
Amy straight with it.
It's kind of impossible to surprise you.
You totally got me this time. I had no idea.
Yeah, right. Happy birthday, Sonic. Hope you like this.
Like it? I love it.
Oh yeah, standard cutscene, Roger being Roger. Time meter comes and blows away the chili dog.
What?
Sonic, what's that? What's it doing?
Opens up all the zones, yeah. I remember this cutscene. Aside from plot convenience, why did the time meter not take Sonic as well? That always fascinated me.
Help us!
So still on the Generations cutscene, okay. Or the original Generations cutscene.
Where am I?
Alright, now for the Sonic X Shadow Generations version. So it's higher res. I don't know if that's just the way they recorded the original Generations version or if it's actually higher res, but I know it's graphically it looks nicer here. Because the backgrounds are very low res in the original. So Classic Sonic looks at the time meter again, but that seems so far pretty much the same. Yeah, that seems the same.
He'll be here any second.
He'll be here any second. You said the same thing.
Here, any second.
I think, yes, I think they re-recorded that line. I think they re-recorded that line. But nothing crazy so far.
Any second.
Hey guys, what's going on? You having a party or something?
I think that was a re-recorded line as well, even though it's the same, basically, same line.
Aw, you guys.
They added the new Chows as well.
It's kind of impossible to surprise you.
You totally got me
Oh
this
yeah,
time.
so they changed
I had no
Amy
idea.
there.
Yeah, right. Happy birthday, Sonic. Hope you like this.
Again, as a change, it's not a horrible change. It's just more like
it?
not historically accurate, that's all. So same scene, but the new shower here as well, basically.
Sonic, what is that? What's it doing?
Yeah, new Chow's there, was mostly the same, slight tweaks to the dialogue.
Hey, those are my friends!
Those are my friends! I'm Roger!
Help us!
Yeah, no major differences here except for the aim change.
Where am I?
And then you on to the level. Alright, first cutscene, no big deal. Now let's see the rescue scenes. Alright, rescuing Tails and the OG.
Thanks, Sonic. I thought I was dead, floating without a body in a black limbo. Ugh, I'm gonna have nightmares for weeks.
Silent Sonic. But I think Tails' line here was fine. I think that was a fine line. Well delivered too, because Tails had a good voice as well.
Thanks, Sonic. That was awful. I couldn't tell where I was or what had happened. Ugh, like I was trapped in a nightmare.
Well, you're safe now, and that's what's important.
Alright, with that scene, first of all, I'm guessing Colleen did the new one, right? I'm guessing they didn't get back, was it Kate Higgins who did Generations? She did Colors and Gens, right? Colleen came from Boom, right? But I think Tails' line was better in the original for sure. But I do like the fact that Sonic actually has a response now, as opposed to the silent thing they were doing in the original, which was really fucking annoying as long as just silently stand there. So Sonic having a response, plus for the new version, I'm gonna say new gens, old gens, or OG, NG, just to simplify it. But like, yeah, Sonic speaking, a plus for the new version. But Tails' line, I think, was slightly better in the original. Like the floating without a body, I think that was just a better line. Nonetheless, let's continue.
Is it me,
OG.
or is that place we were just in awfully familiar?
Not to me. But this place looks like something sucked all the life and color out of it. Totally strange.
No stranger than rescuing genies in magic books or saving aliens in an interstellar amusement park. I'm more concerned about finding our friends.
Hey, Sonic, I saw something over there in the distance. Like buildings, but they look weird.
That might be a good place to check out. I'll be back soon.
Yeah, I remember this cutscene, pretty simple. Classic Sonic shows up, Tails can't tell the difference.
Wow, you weren't kidding when you said soon. I thought you already left.
No, the new version.
Is it just me, or does Green Hill look different?
It's like, oh my god, it's so weird because like, in the original, they're like, this place looks awfully familiar. Like, we've been here before, but we don't quite remember it. But now in 2024, we've milked Green Hill so much that it was like 50 times in like Frontiers and Mania and Forces. It's like, no, this is Green Hill. This is not somewhat familiar. This isn't like I've met you once or twice and I've seen your face before. This is like, no, we know each other, okay? We've lived together. It's like, Green Hill looks different. This is the fact that they had to update that to reflect the fact that they've milked Green Hill so much now is just kind of hilarious.
This isn't South Island, and all the color and life's been drained from it. Totally strange.
And no stranger than fighting evil genies or saving aliens in an interstellar amusement park. Right now, we should focus on finding our friends.
So the original said, I'm more concerned about finding my friends. This says, right now we should focus. That just seems like rewriting for the sake of rewriting. I don't know why, like, the original one didn't need... There was no real reason to change that other than I need to put my stamp of I've written it differently. It feels like, you know, say you're copying someone's, like, writing, but you don't want to get in trouble, so you just kind of just slightly, you know, change it kind of thing. Like, okay, I wrote this now. Like, I don't know. It feels kind of unnecessary. He said, I'm more concerned about finding my friends. That's a fine line. There's nothing ridiculous about that. Right now, we should focus on it. Okay, but, like, did that need a change? I don't know. It just seemed like it was a change for the sake of changing. Okay, not to get on a Heroes remake tangent, but like when people start doing remakes and they start changing shit for the sake of changing it and not because there's a real actual benefit to the change, those are the things that kind of become a bit annoying. It's like, you don't really need to make that change. You just felt like, well, we're remaking it. We should just change this thing, right? Because why not? And then you start turning it into a remix instead of a remake. But anyway, let's continue.
We can start over there. That skyline looks familiar, but I can't be sure.
You can't be sure, really?
Well, that's as good a lead as any, Tails. Back in a flash.
Even the redubbings sound worse in this cut. This cutscene is for sure worse than the original. This cutscene is worse than the original.
Wow, that was crazy, Sonic. You weren't kidding. It's like you never left.
Did Tails get more shocked when Classic Sonic showed up? He looked like really shook.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like really like shocked. Like, was he shocked there?
Wow.
Oh no, it's the same animation. It's just the dialogue was like, wow. It sounded like way more shocked, but it's the same animation. All right, yeah, the new version is worse in this cutscene for sure. For sure. OG chemical plants.
Tails!
This chemical plant feels familiar. I'd never forget a smell like this. And that pink water makes me really nervous for some reason.
Obviously reference to
You're right, Tails.
pink water.
This place is giving me deja vu all over again.
Okay, new version.
Sonic!
Tails!
This is definitely the chemical plant, but we're not remote.
So, what did he say in the first one? This chemical plant feels familiar. Like, we've been to it maybe a couple times in the franchise's history. And then the new version, what did he say?
This is definitely...
No, this is definitely chemical plant. No, because we went here in fucking Forces. We went here like a million times in Frontier. We went here in Mania. Like, no, this is chemical plant. I would never forget this place, you know?
Definitely the chemical plant, but we're not remotely on West Side Island. Did that monster do this?
We'll figure it out later. Our friends come first.
Our friends come first. I'm Roger. I mean, I guess in terms of this cutscene, they're both similar.
This is definitely the
Again.
I'll say maybe the original slightly better, but they're both similar.
monster do this?
I mean, that our friends come first. It's just. Next cutscene. Oh, Amy, this should be interesting. I haven't seen this one yet. The original version.
You saved me, Sonic. I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again.
You know they changed that. Let's see what she says now.
You saved me, Sonic. I'll be sure to return the favor next time around.
Not really worrying about that right now, Amy.
That's a weird response to that, though. Like, not really worrying about next time around. I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, One of those ones where it's like, I know what you're trying to do, but like, is it really needed? I don't know. Next cutscene. Oh, the Knuckles one, I've seen the screenshots of this, the changes. This is the original version.
Thanks for the help. Not that I needed it, but it's good to have my sanctuary back.
Silent Sonic. Oh, that means they didn't get back Travis Willingham. Oh shit. Oh, that means they got the TSR dude.
Thanks for the help. Not that I needed it. Now let's get some payback on that monster.
Ha! Get in line, knucklehead. All right.
I like the dialogue changes here. I mean, it's only slight for Knuckles. I like the fact that Sonic speaks, as I said before, but the silent Sonic was just annoying. But oh my god. Travis Willingham was a decent Knuckles voice. He wasn't my favorite. He sounded like a slightly more high-pitched Dan Green. Dan Green is S tier for me, by the way. Dan Green and Scott Dreyer, S tier Knuckles voices for me. Travis might have been a low A. I like Travis Knuckles voice. It was decent. Maybe not in Free Riders. I think in Free Riders everyone sounded horrible, but I think in Generations he sounded decent. So even though I think the dialogue here was fine, maybe even an improvement, especially with Sonic actually speaking, the redubbing of Knuckles, horrible. So OG wins just off of the original Knuckles voice. Alright, OG once again.
No! Sonic, save me!
So you can't even see Eggman, and he's just not visible. You just hear him. Oh, now you see him. Okay, so that's an improvement visually, because like you can actually see him being taken away. That makes more sense. So New Generations gets a dub for that one. You can see him, it makes logical sense. He's being taken away, you want to save him, you know. I'll give it to New Gens for that. Back to OG.
I can't believe there's two of me.
I think I figured it out.
Doubles of us.
Doubles of us?
I'll never figure that out.
Places and enemies from our past. We're traveling through time and space.
How did this happen?
I think it's got something to do with that big thing that just kidnapped Eggman. It sounds like the same thing that kidnapped your friends. I mean our friends. You know what I mean. There it is.
Time Meter comes back.
Where'd it go?
We need to find that thing, and fast.
Alright. Let's see the new version.
Huh. Couldn't have done it better myself.
This confirms it. It sure does. Older versions of us.
Ah, that's another one of those. You just changed it for the sake of changing it. Older versions? First of all, they're technically younger. Even though Sonic doesn't age canonically, right? He just stays 15 forever. Then again, he was 16 in Sonic Jam and then 15 in Heroes, if that's what you mean by older version. But like, I mean, I don't know. It seems unnecessary.
Places and enemies from our past? We're traveling through time, Sonic!
Yeah, change for the sake of
Without
change.
the time stones?
Time stones? Oh my god, reference?
It's like that big thing that kidnapped Eggman can consume time.
That's a good line. I like this line.
And then it looks like it dragged your friends here. I mean, our friends. You know what I mean. Where'd it go?
We need to track it down, and fast.
There was one nice new line in the new version, but I'm gonna say old version was better here. I think the doubles of us and all that was just better. So old version takes it on that one again. Alright, cream and cheese. Let's see.
Thanks for saving me, Sonic. It was scary in the dark, but I tried to be brave.
Silent Sonic. Wait, they changed Cream's voice? I don't even know who voiced Cream in Gems. I forget. They changed the voice.
Thank you for saving me, Mr. Sonic. It was so scary, but I tried to be really brave.
You did great, kiddo.
Okay, Sonic speaks. I might give it to the new version. And also, let me check something else.
Scary in the dark, but
Okay, the new version calls him Mr. Sonic. That's a nice touch because Cream always used to do that back in the 2000s, and yeah, I think the new version slightly takes it. I don't know if I'm sold on whatever voice this is. I don't know if it's the same VA, but I think the older voice sounded a bit better. But I'm gonna give it to the new version because
saving me, Mr.
I think it's slightly
Sonic,
better.
It was so scary, but I tried to be really brave.
You did great, kiddo.
Alright, Rouge. This should be interesting. Apparently people are mad about Rouge. Apparently there's a boob gate going on. Apparently.
Thanks, Big Blue. That's the first time I've ever been stolen.
So, look at the way Sonic posed. Like my eyes are up here. What kind of pose is that?
The first time I've ever been stolen.
Alright, let's see the new version. Boob Gates is real!
Thanks, Big Blue. That's the first time I've ever been stolen.
Man,
You're a real gem, Rouge.
did Sonic say that to Rouge? I don't feel like Sonic would even say that to her. That feels so weird. I'm trying to think about Sonic and Rouge. How much do they interact with each other in SA2? How much dialogue did Sonic and Rouge have in SA2 to each other? I'm trying to think. I'm blanking out. I mean, I'm a bit rusty on SA2's story, except for like the iconic cutscenes. But
Time I've ever been stolen.
I'm trying to debate on which voice I like more. I don't even know. I still haven't decided on my favorite Rouge voice, to be honest.
You're a real gem, Rouge.
In terms of these cutscenes, I'll go with the original one, you know. But yeah, Rouge's voice is a weird one because I feel like I love both her like Heroes take, you know, the higher pitched take, and then her like Milfy take and like Sonic X, like the 4Kids take. I think both were very different, but both great, which is similar to Knuckles. Like I love Scott Drea's Knuckles in Heroes, but I love Dan Green Knuckles as well in Sonic X, but they're so different. Like Drea Knuckles is like chill, and Dan Green Knuckles is like hot-head aggressive. But I love both of them. So it's, I don't know. But as for here, I can't tell which voice I prefer out of the two of them. I think the old one is slightly better, but that could just be because I'm used to it. I don't know. Seaside Hill.
So I think we've pieced together more of what's happening, and it's not good. Whoa!
Time Eater is back.
When that thing goes through time, it tears space apart, leaving the areas empty and dead, and sticking them in this weird white limbo. When the Sonics accelerate through
The Sonics.
time,
That's my
it
thing.
makes space, returning color and life.
Then I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
Classic Sonic not speaking is so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. So classic Tails can speak, but classic Sonic can't. Wasn't he in like 3 TV shows in like 1 year?
Okay, so we're pretty sure we've figured things out. And it's pretty dire. Ah!
That feels like a change for just for the sake of making a change. I don't think that line needs to be changed.
That looping back and forth through time, consuming the dimensional energy. And all that's left behind is this lifeless white void. The Sonics are the one constant here. Their speed is restoring space-time.
Then I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
So that was just a redubbing of the same line. They're both kind of mid cutscenes, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna give it to the new version if they're both somewhat equal, because it's like, if you just change lines for the sake of changing, I'm not gonna give you points for that, right? So I'm just gonna go with the old version at that point. The new version has to be demonstrably better for me to be like, new version gets picked. Otherwise, I'm just gonna say old version. Alright, SPO, Seaside Hill. Behold, ninja power. Spirits unite.
It takes a mighty foe to trap a ninja. Be on your guard, Sonic.
SPO's line's fine. Sonic being silent. New version.
We're facing a dangerous foe, Sonic. Better be on your guard.
That's a dialogue change for the sake of changing something. There was no point changing that line. It's not like it was an amazing line, but it was a fine line. So it's just like, we have to change something, let's change something kind of thing.
Sure thing.
And even Sonic speaking, it's like, okay, he added a sure thing. Nothing crazy for me to be like, oh, the new version is like clearly better. As for the voices, I'm trying to compare the voices. I don't know if it's the same VA, but let me hear the voice.
We're facing a dangerous foe, Sonic. Better be on your guard.
Sure thing.
And then the original.
Foe to trap a ninja.
I would say the original voice here is better. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the old version, better voice. No Sonic response, but I'll still go with the original version. But yeah, SPO's best voice was in Heroes, and also the 4Kids SPO was pretty good as well. But yeah.
Sure thing.
Next cutscene.
You brought back quite a bit of this world. You're doing great, Sonic. You mean you're doing great, Sonic?
Well, actually...
Right. I may never get used to that. Oh!
Watch out!
That's the Chaos Emerald.
That monster sure didn't like that emerald. Those things have come in handy in the past. We've already got a couple, but we need that emerald.
The way they pointed at each other like they had some revelation.
You should
like,
go
yeah, the Chaos Emeralds might be useful when there's evil afoot.
over there and check it out. I bet you can bring that Chaos Emerald back just like you brought back our friends. And I bet you double we're gonna need all 7 emeralds.
Really, Tails? All 7, not just 6? Oh, big brain. Oh, both Sonics are silent? Really?
You guys have your work cut out for you.
An adventure's no fun if it's too easy.
He said as he was about to get his 6th S rank.
You've brought back so much of the world.
So it's the new version now?
You're doing great, Sonic. You mean you're doing great, Sonic?
The Tails are still, actually...
Right. I may never get used to that.
Man, even Galactic Tails sound like regular Tails there.
Right.
The high-pitched difference wasn't even noticeable here.
I may never get used to that. Ah!
Watch out!
Did he say watch out before? Did I miss that? Did I miss that before?
Past. Didn't like that emerald.
Watch out!
Okay, he did. See, I'm misremembering.
Like so much. Whoa! Did that emerald just scare off the monster? The Chaos Emerald's powers are miraculous, and we sure could use a miracle. We need that emerald! Your speed has been able to restore our friends. I bet it can restore the Chaos Emerald to full power, too.
That seems different.
I bet you double we're going to need all 7 emeralds.
You're on.
You're on.
You guys have your work cut out for you.
So I gave him the one line there where he was silent. Okay.
An adventure's no fun if it's too easy.
This one's a close one. When in doubt and it's close, just kind of side with OG. But it's one of those like a bunch of lines being rewritten for the sake of rewriting. But I do like the line here. The Sonic, your speed's been able to restore friends. I bet it could restore the Chaos Emerald to full power too. Because I think in the original, he said something different. If I could find it.
You guys have your work. And I bet you that Chaos Emerald back just like you brought back our friend.
Yeah, maybe the new line on this was better. Because this is the old line. But overall, yeah, I think the old version was a bad cutscene. Oh shit, I've gone too forward.
You have your...
Alright. Blaze in the OG. Let's see that.
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid. The creature was beyond my skills.
Random silence cutscene. Can I just say, like, Blaze's voice in 06 was just beautiful. Okay, like, I just don't know why they got rid of 4Kids, man. Oh my god, I don't know. But anyway, let's see the new version.
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid. The creature was beyond my skills.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Alright, Sonic had a response. Let me compare the voices.
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid.
Let's see the original one.
Beyond my skills. I'm grateful for your aid. The creature was beyond my skills.
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid. The creature was beyond my skills.
So you kept the line the same, which is good. There's no point rewriting it for the sake of rewriting it.
Skills.
The voice on Blaze is slightly better.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Sonic responds. New version gets the win on this cutscene, okay? New version for that one. Let's see Vector. I wonder if they changed Vector's voice.
Thanks, Sonic. You know, I got a hunch someone or something is controlling that monster.
It's actually interesting that Vector was the one who had the hunch that Time Meter was being controlled. Because, I mean, he already got duped by Eggman in Heroes, right? Like, he was, you know, working for Eggman the whole time. And Eggman was in, like, a cave somewhere, locked up by Metal Sonic. So, he's got a hunch based off, like, past history. I don't know if they did it because of that. Or if they just kind of wrote it and gave it to Vector, wrote the line and gave it to Vector. But to me, I'm thinking of it that way. Like, he's got a hunch because he's a detective and the Heroes thing, but... Silent Sonic. Alright, let's see the new version. Let's see if the voice is different.
Thanks, Sonic. You know, I got a hunch someone or something is controlling that monster.
Roger that.
Roger that? Okay. The old version wins. The old version wins. In terms of the voices, it might be the same VA, but just redubbed.
Thanks, Sonic.
I'm gonna go with the older voice. I don't know if it's the same VA or not, but it just sounded better in the old
No,
version.
I got a hunch someone or something is controlling that monster.
Roger that.
And the old one.
Sonic. You know, I got a hunch someone
Yeah.
or something is controlling that monster.
The old delivery was better, and Sonic's Roger that response, not enough to put the new version over it. Alright, next cutscene. Charmy.
I was scared because somebody took me, but now I'm free!
Freebie.
Freebie! Freebie! Whee!
Was that Tails' voice actor as well, who played Charmy in this game? I think so. It sounded like it. Silent Sonic. Honestly, this reaction is warranted. I'm gonna look. If Charmy starts talking about freebie, I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I was scared because somebody took me, but now I'm free. I'm a free bee. Free bee. Free bee. Whee!
But no, not the new voice. Is not. It's not it. Not it.
All right, just simmer down, buddy.
I'm going with the old version on that one. The voice was not it. Sonic saying simmer. Honestly, the silent response actually works for Charming because, like, the fuck am I supposed to say to free B? Like, I'm just gonna sit there and be like, ugh. Alright, editor's note. It occurred to me after recording the video that the video did not show the classic Sonic versions of the rescue cutscenes. So, there was no official comparison video for that, so we're going to be clicking through these two videos. This is Sonic Generations, all cutscenes with the classic Sonic perspective when the rescue, and then Sonic X Generations. This version contains the classic Sonic cutscenes as well, so we're going to have to click through, but thanks to the power of editing, you won't have to see the annoying finding the timestamps because there's no timestamps here. But yes, we're going to go through them and compare. So let's start with Classic Sonic rescuing Amy in Chemical Plant, because Classic Sonic doesn't do the rescue in Green Hill, because that goes in forced order from Classic to Modern, and then Modern does the rescue. Let's go!
Thank you, Sonic. Wow, you look younger every day. What's the secret?
Wow. Even though canonically they're the same age, but you know. Now let's check the modern version. I mean, the new game, but the classic. The classic on the new. You know what I mean. Okay.
You saved me, Sonic. I have always thought that you were cute, but did you get cuter?
That's an interesting change. Well, I mean, because this whole time the new game has been making Amy less Sonic obsessed. In the original version, she said that Classic Sonic looked younger, which anyone could say that based on how babyfied he looks. To say he looks cuter, that seems to be going against your whole Amy rewrite situation that you got going on. That's a bit of a weird pick. Okay. Alright, Knuckles Rescue in Sky Sanctuary. Let's go. This is the one I've seen the screenshots of already. Well, this is the old version, but yeah.
Thanks, Sonic. You did a good job back there. Hey, did you gain weight?
Oh, poor classic Sonic. Now let's look at the new version. Alright.
Thanks, Sonic. Now then, tell me, where is the rest of my island?
So Sega wanted the rewrites, but they didn't bother to change the animation, so it's just like, where's the rest of my island? And it's like, I guess Classic Sonic 8 Angel Island, like, oh my god. So obviously, the old version is better there. I get that the joke is dated, okay, because you're not allowed to make those kind of jokes anymore. Like, if they remake Adventure 1, like, the Eggman had those lines like, select here to play as that fat cat for like Big the Cat. They're taking all that out, all that getting taken out. But yeah, Sky Sanctuary, the original cutscene is better because again, Travis Willingham's voice is just better, and eating Angel Island, really? That's not gonna fly. Chemical Plant, I'm gonna say that the original was better again. Well, maybe that one was slightly closer. One, she said Sonic was younger. The other, she said Sonic was cuter. It's kind of the same, but I'll just go with the original. When in doubt, go with OG, right? Anyway, next one. Alright, this is the mirror cutscene before the Death Egg Robot boss. There's no way they were that in sync. Come on.
Take a good look at yourself, Sonic.
Dr. Eggman?
It's the last look you'll get before I close your eyes forever.
Another Sonic? What? Wait a second!
Bye. Alright, let's see what they changed there. There's only a few lines here, so it can't be that much changes.
Take a good look at yourself, Sonic.
Dr. Eggman?
Oh yeah, they definitely redubbed that. That Eggman was different.
It's the last thing you'll see in this world.
Another Sonic? What?
Yeah, that's definitely a different line. Definitely different. Well, the same line, but just redubbed. That's what I mean. So that one definitely goes into the unnecessary pile of dubbing, like change for the sake of change. The original was fine as a cutscene. Didn't have to change it, didn't have to redub that. It was fine. Okay. On to the next one. Alright, Speed Highway Classic. Let's see. Rescuing Cream and Cheese. Original version.
Thanks, Sonic. Hey, is it me, or did you get a new haircut?
She's like, yeah, I got the fro. I got the cut.
Thank you, Mr. Sonic. Oh, did you get a new haircut?
Same animations.
Do you?
Oh, they didn't update the subtitles because he said, thank you, Mr. Sonic, where the subtitles still look like the old ones. Nonetheless, I think the new dialogue is better because I think Cream saying Mr. Sonic is more fitting for a character. But the new voice is worse. I'll lean towards the new version for this one. I'll give it to the new version for this one. Alright, Rouge City Escape. OG version.
Thanks, buddy. The thing that snatched me was like nothing I've ever seen before. Watch out. Come to think of it, you're nothing like the Sonic I've seen before.
That's a good line. That's a good line. Alright, new version?
Thank you, Blue. That thing that grabbed me was like nothing I've ever seen before. Watch out. Come to think of it, you're looking nothing like I remember either.
Oh, God. Oh. The new voice is not it. The new voice is not it. I mean, the dialogue changes are in that unnecessary category where it's like, changed for the sake of change. You know, like, but the voice... OG wins yet again. On to the next one. Alright, SPO Seaside Hill OG Classic. That's a mouthful.
Thank you, my friend. Beware, for I have looked into the soul of our enemy, and I saw only darkness.
Okay, silence. New version.
Thank you, my friend. Beware, for I have experienced our foe's power, and it is pure evil.
Yeah, without Sonic speaking, these are just going to the old version. Like, the new version, changed for the sake of change. You made the dialogue, like, slightly worse for no reason. That one just goes to the old version. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, Crisis City OG Classic. Blaze.
wish I hadn't needed your help, Sonic, but thank you. By the way, you seem to look less... spiky.
I would just comment on Classic Sonic's appearance. Like, why you look so short and fat, Classic Sonic? You don't look like the Modern Sonic we know. Like, I feel like that's all they say. Only Amy had something positive to say, like, oh, you look younger and cuter. Like, that sounds weird.
I wish I hadn't needed your help, Sonic, but thank you. By the way, you seem to look less... spiky.
So, did they change that line at all? Did they keep that one exactly the same? I feel like they kept that one exactly the same. Yeah, so it's just a re-recording. In which case, go off which voice you like more. I forgot which voice I preferred. Maybe I said it before when my first recording. They're kind of similar in quality, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I guess a tie. I'll give it a tie. Alright, OG Gens, Rooftop Run, Vector, Classic Sonic.
Thanks, Sonic. You know, I got a hunch someone or something is controlling that monster.
I think that was the same line that Modern Sonic got. So no comments on his appearance at this point. Okay, Sonic X Shadow Generations version. Let's see.
Thanks, Sonic. You know, I got a hunch someone or something is controlling that monster.
Yeah, same line again, basically. I'll go with the original because I like the delivery of the line in the original more than this redubbed version. Alright, final one I believe is Planet Wisp. Alright, Classic Planet Wisp, OG Gens, Charmy B.
That was very scary, but being with you makes it all better. Yeah! Hey, you look different.
That's not just tired of hearing he looks different. Alright, let's see the new version.
That was very scary, but being with you makes it all better. Yeah!
His voice is worse. Voice is worse.
Different.
Old version better because the voice is better. And I believe that's it for the classic cutscenes, so we're gonna go back to the original recording for the rest of the cutscene reactions, aka the end game. Alright, Egg Dragoon. Man, that was the whole game. What did Egg Dragoon? Oh my god. If they redub the Heroes cutscenes for the record, like, oof, that's gonna be a long reaction. Or if they do like the Adventure remakes and they redub and redo the lines, you might have to stream the changes because there'll be like so many different changes, man, honestly.
I can't believe this. I was supposed to beat you this time.
I'm only now hearing Eggman's voice for like the first time, like at least modern Eggman.
Get that memo. I beat you every time. No, seriously. We beat
this guy every time. It's like it's a job or something.
What's Eggman even doing here? I thought you said he'd been kidnapped by that big weird thing that sent us all to this place.
You thought who said that? Well, Classic, did he speak to you, Tails? Did he say it with words? Because he doesn't do that.
See? He was kidnapped. This is getting stranger all the time.
Alright, new version.
Sonic!
I recalibrated everything. This was supposed to be my time.
Oh, please, keep dreaming, Egghead. I beat you every time. No, seriously, we beat him every time. Our scorecard's flawless.
That's worse. That's our score. Oh, that's worse. Like it's our job or something was funny because like it is his job. That's what he does. Like, but this is just like.
Stopping Eggman is always good, but the root of the problem is that monster. Maybe we can call a truce and...
A truce? Really, Tails? Oh, the old version is better. What do you mean call a truce with the...
Look, he got your Eggman too. Oh, this is getting serious.
Man, that dialogue was so like, oh, you got your Eggman too. I guess, like, you know, I guess we should do something. The old version was definitely better, and that comes without question. We're already at time meter.
Okay, whatever you are. If you want to avoid an embarrassing beatdown, you better give up now.
You're not in a position to demand anything, you nasty little pincushion.
Eggman! But how?
Surprise, surprise.
He had a little help.
Dr. Robotnik!
Nobody calls me that anymore.
If you would be so kind as to explain, gentleman genius Dr. Eggman from the future. It will be my pleasure. Most excellent and efficacious Dr. Eggman in the past.
They were sucking each other off heavily in that
After
cutscene.
my most recent setback, I stumbled upon the primordial form of this unique creation, which I discovered had amazing abilities even I have never been able to master. It could erase time and space. I then had the brilliant idea to use my discovery to undo my previous defeats. In order to perfect it, I needed the help of somebody as smart as I am. The only person that smart
is me.
Oh, you are too kind, my dear future
They were
self.
glazing each other hard.
I captured your friends, flinging them through time to bait my traps.
But the more your monster tears through time, the more damage you do to the world.
The world? I'm going to own the world when I'm finished with Sonic! Wow, will I really get that crazy? We'll see who's crazy after I destroy both Sonics. Forever. You mean after we destroy them? Less arguing, more destroying.
Destroy me? You and what mustache? I beat you all the time by myself, and now there's two of me.
That was dumb math, Sonic. Like, that was some dumb math. Like, I beat you all the time by myself, and now there's two Eggmans. It balances out. What the fuck? Like, the fuck?
Then I'll have twice as much fun defeating you.
And you won't have twice as much fun, because you gotta share it with Robotnik, so you have the same amount of fun as usual. I'm sorry, but like...
Move all you want, I'm still going to stump you into a blue jelly.
You're smacked. You need the power of the Chaos Emeralds. Rip.
That was just to soften you up. Now it's time to meet your doom.
Imagine if the game just ended there, roll credits.
Come on, Sonic!
Smack him!
Not you!
Where's Shadow? Where's the best line in the game?
Got this, Sonic.
One more time, one more time, one more time.
Not you!
You've
Got this, Sonic.
You can win, Sonic.
Who are they?
Man, you know, it's just so funny to think like like Shadow really just had to go through a whole campaign with like Black Doom. You just see like Maria and Gerald Robotnik. He's just done all this fucking shit. He's gotten the Doom wings just to come back here for a quick "you got this, son." Like, he did all that shit. He just go through all that pain and turmoil in a real story that was actually moving, just to come back and be like, "You've got this, Sonic. I have to go and help this fool defeat Time Eater because he can't do this shit by himself."
You've got this, Sonic.
You can win, Sonic.
Who are they? They are insignificant.
Oh, the reviewers definitely love that line.
You've got the power, Sonic.
You got the power.
We're with you guys. I believe in you, Sonic.
Don't give in, Sonic.
Silver.
I know you can do this, Sonic.
You can win, Sonic. You always do.
He doesn't always win. Through the power of the 7 Chaos
Time
Emeralds.
to scramble some Eggman, Super Sonic style.
You have the Sonic Force on? Alright, the new version. I don't know if I'm gonna remember every single line, but we'll see what I do remember.
Okay, Gruesome, you're cornered. So how
Gruesome?
about you just give up and restore the timeline like you found it?
You're not in a position to demand anything, you nasty little pincushion.
Eggman! No wonder!
No wonder that makes sense. It's like, because the other one was like, oh my god, I'm so shocked. It was Eggman who behind this?
He had a little help.
Dr. Robotnik?
Nobody calls me that anymore.
The way he hit that, nobody calls me that anymore. The original was better. The original was better on that delivery. This just feels like he just said it again.
Help.
Dr. Robotnik?
Nobody calls me that anymore.
You know what this is like? If you've seen this shit before, it's like when an artist has a hit song from like 10 plus years ago, and then they re-record it to like, you know, have their own version because the label owns the original version, so they just re-record their hit song, and it's like, it don't have the essence of the original. It's like, you've got the same lines and the same melodies, but you've redone the beat and you're just singing it again. It's like, I just prefer the original, right? Like, we've attached to the original. I know how he delivers that line because it's one of the more memorable lines in the game, and it's just like, now it just feels like another line.
Dr. Robotnik?
Nobody calls me that anymore. If you would be so kind as to explain, gentleman genius Dr. Eggman from the future. It will be my pleasure, most excellent and efficacious Dr. Eggman of the past. After Sonic ruined my interstellar amusement park, I stumbled upon a dark primordial essence. I discovered it possessed abilities I've long desired to harness for myself. Namely, that it could travel through the dimension of time, so I decided to utilize its marvelous capabilities and rewrite the past.
I feel like there's a lot more going on with this explanation. Maybe I'm tripping, but it feels like a lot more things were said. Maybe I'm just forgetting.
To use my discovery to undo my previous defeats.
No, okay, no, it's about the same. It's about the same, kind of, not the same exact words, but it's like the same kind of describing what happened. There's no new...
And rewrite the past. In order to perfect it, I needed the help of somebody as smart as I am. The only person that's...
Yeah, I was like, in the original cutscene, Eggman and Eggman sucking each other off paws was just better. It was more energetic. It was more engaging. Here, I'm just not feeling the redub, okay? It's not even a dialogue thing per se, but I'm just not feeling the redub.
Smart is me. Oh, you are too kind, my dear future self, and I was happy to help. And now all of time is ours, to do with as we please.
But the more your monster tears through the timeline, the more damage you do to it.
So, I'm going to erase that line and reshape it as I see fit. And they call me eccentric. No one will judge us anymore.
I mean, will I really get that crazy was a bad line, I'm sorry.
More after we've destroyed these Sonics forever. Shall we begin then, Doctor?
So before it was off the eye, and then Eggman, the other robotic, was like, don't you mean we, or some shit like that?
Means, my dear Doctor.
Destroy me? In your dreams, Eggman. I beat you all the time by myself, and now there's two of me.
All these dialogue changes, you didn't fix the mathematical error. There's two of Sonic, but there's still two of Eggman, so it balances out, but okay.
Then I'll have twice as much fun defeating you.
You know what would have been cool? Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm sitting here, like, we could have had like a regular Sonic portion of the Time Eater boss instead of this cutscene. Like when they get hit and then the cheerleaders show up, right? Like you could have had a regular part where you do like, because I think Unleashed had that, right? You fight Dark Gaia at the beginning, or like part of Dark Gaia, I think, as regular Sonic, and then you go into the super form and then do the rest. I think that would have been cool.
Move all you want. I'm still going to squash you into a blue jelly.
So first it was stomp into a blue jelly, now it's squash. change just for the sake of making a change, I guess. R.I.P.
That was just to soften you up. Now it's time to meet your doom.
Your cheerleaders.
You're tougher than that. Come on.
Oh, Knuckles. Oh my god, Knuckles' voice. Oh my god.
Not you.
On your feet.
You're not beat yet.
What the? On your who? What happened to you got this, Sonic? You took out the most iconic line of the game. That was the best line of the whole game.
Not you.
On your feet.
You're not beat yet.
Who are they? They are insignificant.
You faced worse, Sonic.
Focus your spirit.
We're right behind you. I believe in you, Mr. Sonic.
Points for Cream saying Mr. Sonic and not Sonic. That's a nice touch.
Embrace the emeralds.
Harness their power, Sonic.
You have to
Silver's new
win,
voice.
Sonic,
Oh.
like you've done time and again.
Tails said time and time again instead of before when he said you always do win or something like that. I would say maybe there's a few little changes that may have been better in the new cutscene.
Time to scramble some Eggman. Super.
But overall, the old cutscene was just a bad cutscene. Remove when you got this song. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. That hurt. I'm not gonna lie. We're done now, basically.
Still warm. Time travel.
I'll admit, you weren't half bad, Sonic.
Half bad? Are you kidding?
Oh, Amy.
Wow, where does somebody put all those gold rings? You know what? I don't know. I keep forgetting to ask.
It was great teaming up with you. Hope you learned a few tricks that'll help you out in the future. I mean, the past. You know what I mean.
He tries to do the boost.
Dude, sweet! And you're only gonna get better!
You're only gonna get better! I'm Roger!
Hey, Sonic! Enjoy your future! It's gonna be great!
They must have changed that line. They must have changed. Come on. They must have changed that line. Come on. Lost World. Boom. Forces. I mean, Classic Sonic got Mania, right? So I mean, you know, if we just talk about Classic, well, he was also in Forces. So I mean, 50-50 on that. Let's see the new cutscene.
Still warm. Time travel.
Redub. Now the Chow are here, okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, fucking Knuckle. Oh my god, that voice.
I'll admit, you weren't half bad, Sonic.
Half bad? Are you kidding? He was all great.
Oh yeah, they sanitized that. Like, Knuckles hit the tree, man. Like, this nigga got whacked to the fucking tree. Like, they've been underestimating Amy's power. They forgot that one scene in Sonic X when Eggman pissed off Amy and she just went crazy with the hammer. Like, Eggman was shook, Sonic was watching, he was shook. Like, they sanitized Amy, man. I'm sorry, but they sanitized her.
Wait, so I have a question for you. Once we're home, you think the timeline will be restored?
Oh, so now instead of just joking about where does Sonic keep his rings, which, I mean, everyone says things like that, like, where does he store his rings, right? Now they've made it like, we're serious. We're still talking about the timeline and the restoration and all that shit. I mean, a lighthearted line was taken away.
Yep. Just don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, I don't think that change needs to be made. I don't think that change needs to be made.
It was great teaming up with you, or me. Maybe this will fast track you to learning some new tricks in the future. Wait, I mean, past. Ugh, time travel's a chore.
Oh my god, that line was horrible. I feel like because Sega didn't want to reanimate the cutscenes, I feel like Ian Flynn probably just wrote a line, and then it's like, oh shit, we can't really fit that in time, so we're gonna have to like, come on, speed it up, to get it to fit in, kind of thing. Have you ever watched like a TV show, like a live action show that's been dubbed in another language? You know, especially like certain languages where they say more words to say the same thing. So like in English, you might say like a few words to say something, like a phrase, and then they go and redub it in like French or Spanish or something, and they have to like speed through the words to say it within the time period of, you know, the animation or the live action show, and it just sounds too fast. That's what this feels like.
It was great teaming up with you, or me. Maybe this will fast track you to learning some new tricks in the future. Wait, I mean, past. Ugh, time travel's a chore.
Like, it was great teaming up with you, or me. Like, who talks like that?
Dude, sweet! And you're only gonna get better!
That line was re-recorded fine.
Hey, Sonic! Enjoy your future! It's gonna be great!
Of all the lines to change, that you didn't change? Okay. I mean, he came with Classic Tales, so he's going back to what? Sonic 3? Maybe he's got a great future. Well, actually, wait, hold on. CD came out after Sonic 2. You're still lying to him, Sonic. You're still lying. Is that it? Ah, okay. What's the verdict? Generations was always a C-tier story anyway. Like, I'm not gonna give it D because it wasn't a horrible story. It wasn't colorless. It was a C-tier story. And I don't think the new version drops it to D tier, right? It's still within the same tier. But the worst changes were not actually the bad changes. The worst changes were the unnecessary changes. When they had a perfectly good line and they just reset it with slightly different words to be like, you know, here's my homework, copy it but change it so it's like not the same. Those are the worst changes. Like, why did you even change that line? That didn't need to be changed. You just changed that for the sake of change. Like, you know, you got this line didn't need to be changed. A lot of the regular lines just didn't need to be rewritten. Like, the ones that were more creative changes, like changing Amy's personality, at least there's a reason behind that, whether you agree or disagree with the reason. But some of the lines just felt like if Sonic said, "Thanks, I'll do this soon," then in the new version it's like, "Thank you, I will be attempting this, you know, promptly." Like, really? Like, so yeah, most of the cutscenes I think the old version was better, but even still there were certain lines that maybe the new version was better, and specifically the rescuing cutscenes, I think the new version had an edge on some of those because Sonic actually spoke instead of being silent. But yeah, the problem is obviously voice changes too can play a factor as well, because sometimes a new line might be a good line, but then the delivery of the line is just worse. Or even if it's the same line, the delivery is not as energetic as the original. So yeah, I think overall old version is better. A few of the new changes were good, but most were not. And yeah, that's just the thing with remaking a game. There's the objective things that you're supposed to do with a remake of an old game, which is shiny graphics, make sure it's polished, make sure it has the quality of life updates that a new game is expected to have, like support for higher resolutions, higher refresh rate, higher res HUD and menu elements. Things like that are expected. If the game only had one save file, then it should have multiple. Like, these are the things you expect from a remake. Like, you expect them to happen. It should look prettier, basically. But then remakes always have those subjective changes, and that's where people start to have debates. And it's like, what do we change? What do we keep the same? the addition of, like, say for example, when the time meter was taken away Eggman, in the original you couldn't see Eggman being taken away. That was stupid. In the new version you can see it. To me, that's a smart change. But when you start changing the dialogue, it really gets into super subjective territory, and it's just one of those things, right? When it comes to the potential Heroes remake, the fact that they're not going to get the original voices back means that I don't even want them to attempt to redub anything. Like, I don't want them to attempt to rechange any line, because it's just, even if you made the line 25% better than the original, the fact that you're redubbing it means it's going to be worse, right? I'm sorry, okay? The Heroes voices are all better than the current voice cast, besides, like, Tails. That's it. Everyone else sounded better in Heroes, in my opinion, okay? Besides Tails. I mean, Eggman's still good, but besides Tails, everyone in Heroes sounds better than the current voice cast to me. So, for you to be like, we're gonna make these lines slightly different and slightly better, but then we're gonna redub it the modern cut, then it's just gonna be worse to me. I'm sorry. I just want the cutscenes to stay the way they are. Like, update the CGI to look modern for the CGI cutscenes, but then just keep the same dialogue and voice clips, right? And when Team Rose meets Team Sonic, Amy's trying to whoop Sonic into marriage. Don't try and change it and make it a noble reason, because that's not what was in the game, and the game always had a lighthearted story anyway, okay? Historical accuracy is important to me, okay? For new games, do what the fuck you want, but when you're playing with my GOAT, have some respect. Put some respect on the GOAT's name, okay? But let me know what you guys think about all of this, okay? The Generations discourse is interesting. I guess it's interesting because with Colors Ultimate, they fucked up the game. Like, the gameplay was fucked up. Like, the visuals are fucked. They fucked up so much in Colors Ultimate that there wasn't even no time to talk about the story, which they didn't really change that. They just AI upscaled the cutscenes that were 480p. So that was just ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure keep the cutscenes the same, but at least don't use the pre-rendered versions. Like, render it in 4K or at least something. But with Colors Ultimate, they fucked up so hard, there's no time to even talk about that. But with Generations, because it's exactly the same game, the only real changes are in the cutscenes. This is all we can talk about in terms of the changes, because everything else is the same. They didn't even fix Time Eater, right? They added some chow, but I don't even know what they unlock. I collected like a couple of them already when I played Modern Green Hill. But yeah, interesting topic. Sonic Hedgehog Generations, I will do the review hopefully soon, but I want to play the game some more on my own time, because I don't want to review it off of just one playthrough. I want to replay the levels, see which levels grow on me, see which levels do the opposite of grow on me, shrink on me. I don't know. We'll see what happens, and we'll see where I rank it next to Original Generations after I replay some more. But yeah, interesting. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, more content coming soon to the channel. But yeah, man, thanks you guys for watching. It's been real. The Remy out.